60 Pittsburgh. 59.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Second and 2. This one complete to Coleman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Looking to throw. Taking a deep shot here, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 58 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Working from the gun, Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Now Wentz almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now Wentz again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll look to throw here. He finds Coleman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll run with Coleman on first down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And Josh Hill has it. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? 15,
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Hey, box drop. Check 59, right?
They're going to look to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Chandler was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's get it. Go. 180. Score, Tokyo. Don't get nervous.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33, and nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here we go. 180. You can't block me. Rip on 7.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Wentz. He's got it. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You turn it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll score. Touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Thomas, the intended target. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And
as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
50. Go. 280. 58, right there. Switch up, switch up.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Hey, watch the slide. Hey, forward, Tokyo.
From the 22, Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. James has got it, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Richie James in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brings up second and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And 12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And James has it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. Wentz now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10. On first down, it's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9 at the 13-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to get.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time. Roby-Coleman. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
That's how the defense score points.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Second and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll go again with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Wentz going to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now on 4th down, Doug Peterson turns it over to the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox. A loss of 12 on the sack. It's 2nd down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw here. Completes it to Hardman.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Now a carry for Sanders. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Able to fight through one tackle. Still going. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
120. Coming to you, coming to you.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0, nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. The Sanders has got it complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go around.
I'm eager.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
It's going to be a long day.
And they take a knee.
Wentz on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And they'll indeed take a knee.
On the keeper.
Waiting.